I'm gonna show you how to make a target block to where when you shoot it, it opens the door. So I'm gonna show you how to make two doors today. I'm gonna show you how to make this door, which is simpler to make. However, the target block moves with the door, and sometimes you just don't want that in some builds. Then I'm gonna show you how to make this door, which is a little more complicated. However, the target block does not move when it is shot. Let's get into the explanation. Now, this is assuming that you already have knowledge on simple doors, but if you don't, my friend Jive explains it pretty well in another video on our channel. I'll put a link in the description. So for the simple door, I just have normal receiver 1 and 2 in order to move the door, and then a receiver 6 which acts as the target. You don't have to color it red, by the way. I just did that, so I actually know which one to shoot. And all that is, you know, grouped together to make this. Now, for the more complex door, it's basically just simple door right here, right? Receiver 1, receiver 2. But right here we have a receiver 4. Now, when the target block is shot, it sends a receiver to this receiver 3, which sends a signal to receiver 4 telling the door to open or close. These are receiver 1s and 2s because you need these in order to make receiver 3 work. Alright? Now let's get into the build. Let's start with the door in which the target moves with it first. So let's just do this simple one first. So basically, start out by placing two parts. They can be any size, and then you're going to want a third part in the middle. This part is going to be your target block. So I'm going to color mine red to kind of indicate that. Now, place a fourth part. This part's going to be your door, so make it like door sized. Now let's get into the wiring of the door. So for the first part, you're going to want to select it. You're going to want to bring out your texture tool, add a texture to the front side. Make sure that you set the transparency of it to -500. This lets town know that it's a wiring part. Set the first repeat variable, the one on the left, to 1. So this tells town that this is position 1 of the door, so it's closed, right? The second variable dictates the time it takes for the door to open. So I want it to open kind of quickly, so I'm going to do 0.25 seconds. Now select the second block. You're going to repeat the steps for this one, for the first block. So -500. You want to leave the first repeat variable at 2 because this tells town this is the second position that you want the door to be open at. So when it opens, it's going to look like this, right? Remember, if you want to add audio to your door, just find your audio ID, paste it in the image ID slot. Now you want to come over to your target block, add a texture to the front, set to -500 transparency, set the first repeat variable to 6. This lets town know that this is a block that's only going to send a signal with its shot. And now you want to group everything together, do WC to wire it, and if I shoot it, it opens and it closes. Now let's get into the build of the other door. Create two parts again. These will be our receiver 1 and 2. You're going to want to create your door. Okay. Now, you're going to create another part in between these two. This will be our receiver 4. The receiver that is going to receive signals once the target block has detected someone shooting it. I'm going to color mine like toothpaste or something, right? To show that this is receiver 4. You don't have to color it exactly. You can color anything. Just make sure that when you add your receiver 3, they are the same color, so they send signals to one another. Okay, now for the target group. I'm gonna put my target above the door. You can put it anywhere. Create a part. This will be our target part. Now, like I said, you don't have to color it red. It can be anything. Create another part and make sure that it's the same color as receiver 4. This will be our receiver 3. So this one was toothpaste. I'm gonna color this one toothpaste too. Now you're gonna need to add a receiver 1 and 2 for this target group. Okay, and the reason why you need to add receiver 1 and 2, like I said, is because receiver 3, which is this one, isn't going to work without these. And you have to put them inside of each other. You need to put them inside of each other because if not, your target thing's gonna move. So like, if this was my receiver 1, it saved like the position of this. So when it's shot, it's gonna move one block to the left. So make sure that they're kind of inside of each other. Don't put it all the way like to where they're directly inside of each other. Like leave a little bit of space so you can select like both of them so you can group them. Now let's get into the wiring. Select this little bottom block here. Add a front texture. Set the transparency to -500. Set the first repeat variable to 1 to show that it's receiver 1. The second repeat variable, set that to whatever, how long you want your door to open for. Set mine to 0.25. Repeat the steps for receiver 2, but leave the first repeat variable at 2 to show it's receiver 2. Okay, for receiver 4, it's pretty simple. You just add a texture to front, make the transparency -500, and set the repeat variable, the first repeat variable to 4. That's it. Group everything in this door together. Make sure you do not include anything from here, otherwise it won't work. Okay, now you're gonna add a front texture to the target block that you want. Set the transparency to -500. Set the first repeat variable to 6 to show town that this is part that's gonna send a signal when it's shot. You're gonna select the toothpaste colored block or whatever color it is and add a texture. Set to -500. Set this the first repeat variable, this one, to 3. That way when this is shot, 3 will send a signal to 4 telling it to move the door. Okay, now you're gonna come over here to any of the blocks that are inside of each other. Add a texture, -500. Make sure to set the second repeat variable for these two blocks to 0.001. Now you're going to select everything in the target group, group it, and do WC. Now select everything, group it, do the wire command, and if you shoot it, it should open the door. Thank you for watching.